Hi, this is Miss Litton, and this is Back to School Night 2016 here at Oak Park High School. Parents, say hi.
Hi.
All right, and this is Honors Biology, period 2. Thank you, period 2. Welcome, come on in. Hurry, 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 we're getting started. So, for those of you who just walked in, I'm recording you. For parents who could not come tonight, I wanted them to have access to the presentation. And if you want to hear it again, because I know you will, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Okay, so my name is Winnie Litton, and I want to tell you...
Second period should now be starting. Second period should be starting.
Excellent. My name is Winnie Litton, and I want to tell you I still love my job. This is 28 years, and 26 of those years are here at Oak Park High School. Some of my students are actually teachers here, and actually I'm going to get their own children next year. I know, it's incredible. Yeah, welcome to menopause and being 50. Okay, so, oh, whoops, sorry, just have fun with that. I want to welcome you to my class and go over a few items that might be helpful for you as parents. First thing is the website is a great resource for you if you kind of want to have a look, see what's going on. Your students are of the age right now where hopefully you're letting go and letting them make their own choices and suffer their own consequences for making poor choices. Usually that's not a problem, but I want to encourage you to allow them to do that. Please, if they have an issue, have them come see me first or email me first. But definitely feel free to step in when it's those things that you know they have a hard time. You could have had something happen in your family, or somebody passed away, or they're just really, really stressed out and falling apart. And they go, Mom, don't email her, I don't want. You just go ahead and email me, but they won't know, okay? You can say, hey, this is what's going on, and they're having a really hard time. You need to know that I'm a mom as well. I have a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old, so I have lived the dream. So I understand, but I would, if at all possible, kind of encourage them to take care of their academic business independently. If you want to have a peek in to what's going on, there's a great app called Remind. Has anybody ever heard of this app? Okay, so let me tell you, if you haven't heard about it, what it does is you can put in your phone number, and the kids do this, they put in their phone numbers, and I don't see their numbers or names, but I can use through the Remind app, I can send them out messages, I can send them out reminders, I can send them out encouragement. And so if you want to kind of, have a peek in, that is one way to do that, is joining the Remind app. So you would join the Honors one right here. And if you go to my school wires, you don't go through Remind itself, just go to my website and click on here, and then you can put your information in, and you can get it as a text or you can get it as an email. You can see here I also have Instagram and I have Twitter, and if you want to join that, I don't know if they can see all the followers or even if they would take the time to do that, but if you're interested in doing that, they probably won't know. There's lots of different people who are on that, and that would be a way for you to do it. You certainly don't have to have your child on Instagram or Twitter. That's just one other way that I can come alongside and help. And there is a live Twitter feed on my homepage as well. Facebook, I never use that anymore, but I still have that up there. Google Classroom. Google Classroom is our hub for distribution of documents, and we're really trying to be green the best we can. It's a hard transition because we're used to having papers in front of us, but the best thing about it is it allows the students to work collaboratively through their Google Drive and through their GAF accounts, and they're protected through their GAF accounts as well. So I use this to distribute and collect many of our documents. Other items, their notes. Have you seen their notes? Anybody seen their notes? Because they really are quite amazing what they're creating, and we do something called group shared notes, and so I will send out, you've seen it, the scaffolding of the notes I will distribute through Google Classroom, and then if we were buddies and she opened up the group shared note, she would say okay, and she would then share with the 2 or 3 of us, and then we become a team taking the notes. And I just want to show you a sample. That was a sample that was on the board. They play different roles when they take the notes. You have an alpha note taker who's like the primary person who's kind of catching what I say and filling the notes in. And then you have a beta note taker who kind of hits cleanup and comes from behind or adds in a little story or something that would be helpful. You have Flavor Flav, they don't know who that is, who highlights and makes bold. And then you have Flip-A-Pic, who's bringing pictures in. So they are working on these this document at the same time, taking the notes, playing to each of their strengths. So those of you who have students that are like court reporters, who are like, she said it, I will write it down, then that plays to their strength. Those that are more processing and they want to go find a picture that supports what I'm saying, they'll go on the internet and find that picture and throw it in there. And so the notes are 2-column notes. And so they've made these, so not me, but they have made these. So everybody's notes look a little bit different. And then they do things like take a picture of their terms and put it at the bottom so it uses it as a reference for them as well. Speaking of terms, my philosophy is that homework contributes to the breakdown of the family. I think the kids are inundated with the amount of homework that they have. So you will see for me, if you've noticed, and this is an honors bio class, they watch an Edpuzzle, a video. It usually is around 10 to 15 minutes long, maybe a little bit less than that. And they have to answer questions along the way. They have to pay attention because if they want to get a 5 out of 5 on that Edpuzzle, they have to get every question right. And the second thing they do is they might define anywhere between 7 to 20 terms for me, and that's it. The rest of the homework that they are doing, it's either in preparation for a lab or they're reviewing for a quiz or a test. And at the end of each chapter, they have practice questions that they can answer, multiple choice questions that are similar to the quiz and exam questions. There are online resources with their textbook as well. I offer 7th period support in here. So those are all available to them, but it's not that they have a lot of work that they have to turn in. However, they will be prepared to take the SAT-2s. And usually most of my students do very, very well on the SAT-2s. If you don't know what that is, that's a subject area test. You can take it in history, English, math. It's different than just the SAT test, which is just in English, math, right? With me on that? Yeah. So that is something we'll talk about more towards the end of the school year. Not the AP exam though, because this isn't AP Bio, so I'm not prepping them for that as I would if they were in my AP Bio class. So the Bozeman videos looks like this. They're using those usually in preparation. The labs, we do quite a few investigative labs in here. One that a lot of the kids will like, they'll like the fetal pig dissection. That's more towards the end of the year. And then they'll like their genetic engineering lab. They will literally be cutting and splicing DNA with enzymes. They will take a mutant red fluorescent protein gene and they will splice it into a plasmid and then force through transformation a bacterium to take that in and then express that trait as if it was a marine jellyfish and it will glow red. They also give it a couple of antibiotic resistances. So that's a pretty cool lab. And so they'll be doing that along with some other items as well. And let me skip here, clickers. Clickers we use all the time. This is what a clicker looks like. So when I'm giving a lecture, though I'm speaking 1,000,000 miles an hour right now, during a presentation I would have you be talking with your bio buddy to make sure you understand and review with them, and I also ask these clicker questions. And so what happens is I know based on the results that we immediately get back, and they do it anonymously, like we have all these different kind of clicker lists that they have, so nobody knows, you know, who they are. It could be crayon colors, it could be movie quotes. There's all different kind of lists that we have. So they'll respond, and if 80%, 90% of the kids get it, we can just deal with the few questions that they didn't understand, the few that didn't understand it. If 90% of them are missing it, either I made the key wrong on that question or I need to reteach that. So I have quantifiable evidence of what they understand and what they don't understand, so I'm not saying, do you get it? And they're like, oh, I don't want to ask a question, I don't even know. I'm asking questions all the time as we go along. 7th period support is posted on my website. There's an interactive calendar there. They can subscribe to that calendar if they want to, so they always know what's going on. I teach 6 periods and I teach a 0 period, so they're very prescribed what I'm doing on each day. Sometimes I give help at lunch and sometimes I'm giving it after school, depending on that particular day. And there are also open periods where they can schedule just one-on-one time with me if they would like it. Textbook resources, there are several resources. They know how to get on it. They don't even need a code for Honors Bio. And I have a link to that I've already given them on Google Classroom. And let's see, I talked to you about Twitter and Instagram, right? We already did that deal. Okay, Swedish. Did I talk to you about YouTube? Recording the lectures, did we talk about that? Yeah, I did talk about that? Okay. I need to ask you a clicker question. Okay, best way to prepare for class is reading the chapter, but if they don't have time to read the chapter, they can skim the chapter, look at the pictures. That's what you would want to encourage them to do. Do the terms, watch the Bozeman. In class, stay focused. I don't let them turn their heads without, But they are really focused. They usually work very well, like you're sitting, you're always interacting with your bio buddy. And then after class, take advantage of all the review materials, the online materials, textbook. Coming to 7th period with me. In AP, they write essays. In honors, they do additional objectives. Input, output studying, let me address that. Input studying is like reading your notes or watching a video, so it's just coming in. Output studying is taking a multiple choice test, writing a summary, things where you're having to pull the information back out. So it's important for them to, when they learn to be efficient at their studying, and I want them to spend the least amount of time with the biggest payoff. So preparing for class ahead of time by reading and already having an awareness of what we're going to talk about, focusing in class, being an interactive learner in class, and then after class, doing some input and output. That's going to help them.
Second period.
Yes.
Second period has concluded. You have 5 minutes to get to your third period class.
Okay. On my website, there is an anchor page that has links to everything that we're doing in here. You can't access everything if you don't have a GAP account. That kind of protects the kids. So if you can't get on there, don't request access because it's not going to happen. But your students can certainly access it, and it will have all the calendars and everything they need, and they know that. They already use it all the time. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great next week. You're welcome.